Hello and welcome to the 4 levels of income training. We're going to dive in. This is going to be so freaking juicy. But first, hello, my name is Cain. I am the founder of the Cain Collective, which is a multi-brand ecosystem where we help women create freedom-based businesses. My journey has been virtual assistant to virtual assistant coaching to helping women scale so they don't build themselves a job, but they build themselves a business and a company with leverage, capacity, and time and financial freedom. I have also built an agency, events, and a tech platform. Holy moly. But what I want to take you back to is the decisions that I made early on in my business journey that has created this level of scale in just a few years, a multi-7-figure ecosystem. Because when I look back on my journey, I made some very key decisions early on that created multi-5-figure cash months quickly. And that is exactly what I want to help you do. So let's dive in. We're talking about the 4 levels of income, why some women stay stuck at the same income level for years and others don't. And I'm going to be taking you through my journey, my thought process, the things that I have seen work time and time again, both in my own business but also in my clients' businesses. So with that, I want to ask you a couple of questions. True or false? The fastest way to make more money is to work harder. What do you think? True or false? The women making the most money are usually working the most hours. What do you think? And next, true or false? You should wait until your business is bigger before building a team. What do you think? Say it out loud. I know you're watching this training, but say it out loud. True or false? What do you think? Here's what I know to be true. The thing that keeps you from getting to your next income level, and not just income, but I know if you're here now listening to this, you have a big vision and you literally want to change thousands of lives. You know that you are a change maker, you are a lighthouse, you are the North Star for women and maybe men too. But the thing that is keeping you at your current level in business is that you are still making the same decisions that got you to this point. And what we know through business growth is that you must outcreate both your strategy and your identity. So let's keep diving in. Most women, if I were to ask you, what would you say? What is your goal? Do you want to make more money, serve more clients? Is that your goal? If so, I'm guessing you're probably working harder, you're working more, you might not have a team yet. But that is not how you grow your income, your impact, the change that you know you are meant to make in this world. The women who scale build freedom engines. So that is what we are going to be building you today. Let me explain. What the heck is a freedom engine? A freedom engine is an asset, system, audience, team, offer, or opportunity that continues to create value beyond your direct effort. So essentially, and we'll talk about the levels, but what often happens is that we build a business, we get validated, we get good job, you're doing the thing, and you feel like it's working because you're earning income, but you continue to be the product. And I think a lot of women have this, it's like if someone else does it, it's not going to be done as well as I could do. So we continue to hang on to the thing far longer than we should. And what we want to do is not build a job for you. I'm guessing right now you are working so hard, you're so good at what you do, and your income is tied to your direct output and the direct time that you put into your business and with your clients. We don't want to build you a job. We want to build you an engine and a machine that grows every single day and works for you so you don't have to hold the weight of your business, the responsibility and the pressure all in your head and your shoulders. We want you to wake up to new clients every single day. Yes, please. Can I get an amen? So let's talk about the 4 levels of income. That's why you're here after all. The 4 levels, level 1 is time, time for money. You charge $50 an hour, you get paid X, let's just say you get paid $200 a week because you work 4 hours a week. Cool. Level 2 is expertise. You have gotten better at what you do, so now you are getting paid more, but you're still the product. If you stop, the work stops, the income stops. Level three is leverage, which is team and systems. Level 4 is leadership, and in particular, thought leadership. The highest paid people in the world get paid for their point of view. They are the vision drivers, the direction of the company and their impact and their income. And they have team and systems running the plays for them. And what I also want you to know, we're going to dive into each level, but you cannot get to level 4 without going through the levels yourself. Level 4 comes from embodiment. It comes from depth. It comes from getting beat up in the ring, honestly, where you develop your unique point of view, IP, intellectual property, your body of work, your thought leadership. And to be fully in level 4, you must have level 3 supporting you on a day-to-day. So let's dive right in. Level 1, time. You get paid for doing. Every dollar is tied to your effort. And this would be things like hourly work. It could be if you are just working with one-to-one clients as a VA or service provider, this could be you. But what is really cool and I want to celebrate about level 1 is you have done the thing. You have built the thing. You are validated for the thing. You are getting paid through your business, which is freaking amazing. And so I want to celebrate you so big here. Okay. But we also know that you are working hard. You are tied, like your income is tied to how much effort and energy you put in, how many clients you serve. And what's going to happen is you're going to come to me and say, Bree, I want to earn more money. How do I grow my business? And if you are currently at this level and you stay at level 1, meaning you get paid for the time that you put in, the only way to earn more is to work more, to work harder. And I don't want that for you. So let's keep climbing to level 2, which is expertise. You get paid for what you know. You have deepened your skill set. You have become better at what you do. So you are earning higher rates. You're probably getting more praise and validation. People might even be saying, hey, if you need this, you need to go talk to this woman because she's so good at it. This could be things like coaching, consulting, premium services, specialized offers, VA, service provider, OBM, all of that. The thing with level 2, though, is you are still the product. If you want to go on vacation, if you get sick, if you stop working, your income also stops. And this one is honestly very sneaky because your identity is tied to being good at what you do. So to think about scaling beyond that feels like an identity loss. It feels like loss. It feels like grief. You're like, but wait, if I'm not the one who's so good at what I do, who am I? Who am I without all of that? And so a lot of women will hang on very tightly to level 2. And if you're here, it doesn't mean that anything's broken or bad. This is simply an opportunity to scale and to grow beyond you. Because the thing is, if you're still tied to effort, output, and that directly equates to your income, for the time that you put into your business, you are maintaining it. You're not growing it. You have built a highly paid job. And, for some that may be perfect, but I know you are here because you want to have a big impact. You have a big vision. You see what is possible, how much you can earn, how much impact you can have. And so we want to get you into level 3. Level 3 is team and systems, people, systems, processes, assets. Your income starts flowing through things beyond you. So instead of maintaining your business becomes an asset. It turns from a job into a company. And this is really, really exciting. The thing is, a lot of women at level 3, it feels like a loss of control, right? Like you have let go of your identity of being the doer. You've shifted into now your identity is that I am the leader. And a lot of women feel like they lose control. But the thing is that I want to reframe for you, this is just simply shifting what you control. So now you control the direction, the vision, the outcomes, the ownership, and you have team and systems that support the execution. So this is really, I think it's one of the biggest edges that women step into, but this also is what creates freedom. And something I want to add here too, that I found for me and my clients, what creates safety to go into level 3, and then from level 3 to go to level 4 is starting with the identity work. So having a vision so clear on who you are, what you do, like, and very granular how you dress, how you show up, what you eat, what you wear, like your social media profiles, how people perceive you and see you, all of that. If you can get very, very, very clear and detailed on that, for me, it has always created safety and scaling because I know that if I were, back when I started my business, if I were a 30K month woman, even when I was earning $66, that is when I discovered identity work. And I built my 30K month identity. I was like, well, I am a woman who do. And then I would do those things. And it honestly made doing those things less emotional because it was like, well, I'm a 30K month woman. So this is simply what I do. I show up, I teach, I share my point of view, I build systems, I invest in team, I invest in ads. And I did all of that very, very early on in my business journey, which then created from the time that I discovered identity work and built my 30K month identity and then did the strategic things that backed that identity. 7 months later, I had my first 30K month and have literally never looked back from there. That was years ago, and my business has consistently done plus, plus, plus months well on top of 30K months just by doing exactly what I'm sharing with you here today. So, freedom engines begin in level 3. Team, sales support, ads, community, referrals, technology. Your business does not run entirely through you. You are no longer the bottleneck anymore. You have built systems and team that support your daily operations, your sales, and your growth. Can you imagine literally you're going about your day doing the things that you love best and you get pinged, Slack ping, Strike ping, new enrollment, new client, and you're like, wow, that was the most fun and the most easy. And it's because you have fully embraced and adopted level 3. Okay. So I want to walk you through my journey. $70 month. This was December 2022. I had been investing in mentorship, investing in my skills, learning new things. I had spent close to 20K. And on paper, it did not look like it was working. I had earned $132 total. But meanwhile, I had fully by then built my identity that I am a 30K month woman. And I was crystal clear, locked on. I knew that this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and I made decisions. I invested in a $2,000 a month mastermind when I was earning $70 a month because I said I'm a 30K month woman. I'm going to be surrounded by other women doing the thing, and I get to learn from them. It's like osmosis. Who you're surrounded by is who you become. That next month, I had my first 5K month, but I had the vision before the evidence, before the proof. And in that same month, I found the virtual assistant industry and I said, this I can do. I know that I have an amazing background. I have skills that I can transfer into the VA industry. But what's really important here is when I found the VA industry, I also saw it through terms of scale. So, leverage, capacity, systems, team. VAs need VAs too. And so I had this big vision. Okay, I'm going to crush out 5K months, see how fast I can do that. I did that in my first full month. And then, boom, I'm going to teach other women how to be virtual assistants as well, because this truly is the most tangible and amazing thing that I have found inside of motherhood. So, my virtual assistant business gave me proof of concept. It validated my vision, what I could do, gave me tangible income. From there, in my first month, before I hit 5K months, I hired my first team member. And she was, it was 30 minutes a day, $300 a month. It was nothing crazy at all. But not only did that give me time back and get me out of a daily task that already wasn't the best use of my time, so that I could focus on growing the company, growing my leadership, my vision, how I serve and support my clients. And it also got me thinking like a CEO. So it changed my mindset, it changed my leadership. And I was like, okay, we're really doing this thing. Then in month 2 of my business, I invested 10K into a program to learn how to run ads and build a community and sign clients from that. So I was already, this was well before I'd made 10K my business, but I was making moves as a 30K month woman because I knew if I had learned how to generate a freedom engine to predictably bring new qualified leads in, have the right sales conversion mechanisms, and have ads and team support to, sign them as clients if they were the right fit for my offer, which was VA coaching, that then I would have a freedom engine. Because I always had the vision. I have three young kids. At the time, my youngest was 18 months old. And so she was, if you have kids at that age, they're like white on rice, like they're right next to you. And I'm like, I literally cannot work, I don't even think I could work 40 hours a week. It just was not in my season or my reality. And so I said, how can we work smarter, not harder, and strategically here? And then the next thing, I built community. So even though this was a completely free community that I still run, we have nearly 16,000 people in my free community at this time, which is absolutely insane. But it was okay, how do I become known for this one very tangible thing and build my own audience instead of, social media algorithms? It's like, how can I be the one for what I do in an incredible community and I can build and serve and support that community? And every single week for the first month or first year of that community, I would do a live training in there every single week, week after week, and just show up. And this was again before I had the proof and the evidence. Things had started growing, but it was still very much in the early days. But again, it was an identity decision. I am the 30K month woman. What does she do? How does she move? Build the community. And then what happened after that was absolutely wild. I have a multi-brand ecosystem. I have multiple offers. They all serve and support each other. So I started with VA coaching, the VA Leadership Academy. From that, I had clients absolutely crush it. They did so well. They, were hitting 5, 6, 8K months in a matter of weeks. It was absolutely insane. And they came to me and they said, Bree, we want to do what you're doing now. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's put together a mastermind so I can help you do what I'm doing now. So we did that. So that came, masterminds came next. Next, I had business owners come to me and say, hey, how can we hire the VAs that you're training? This is amazing. You're turning out this like crop of incredible women who think like leaders, who are emotionally intelligent, who know the tech, but they also can manage up and direct the growth of a business. And I said, cool, let me build the agency. Then I would have clients say, hey, we've built this amazing online community, but when and how can we get together in person? I said, let me build VA Fest Live. And then I saw as a matter of, building this community is like, hey, not everyone's ready for the VA Leadership Academy, and that's okay. But how do I serve and support my community? Let's build a low ticket tech platform that helps them build their virtual assistant business faster and sign clients. And so, really, what I want you to feel here is pick one thing that you are good at, that you can be known for, build that thing, do it so well, become known, serve and support your community, show up, build the freedom engine, and everything that comes next after that will honestly happen organically. It's just picking the vision, going all in on it, and then bringing in that leverage and capacity. So, with that, let's go into level 4. And here's the biggest thing. When I was earning $66 a month, even my first 5K month, I wasn't locked on. I mean, obviously, I was like, oh, 7 figures would be so cool. But I was more focused on building a freedom engine, building a business that wasn't dependent on me for my direct time and output and energy. And this is what helped my company and the impact that we've had serving thousands of clients over the last couple of years is because I was focused on building a freedom engine. So let's dive into level 4. Level 4 is your thought leadership. This is where you are paid for your point of view, who you are. If we look at the world's highest paid leaders, they are not, like I'm thinking of like Steve Jobs. I know he's not alive anymore, or like Jeff Bezos, or the CEO of Pepsi, right? Like they're not making Pepsi. They're not marketing Pepsi. They are responsible for the direction and vision of the company, their perception, their IP, their body of work, their point of view. Okay. And like I said too, you get this depth by going up the levels yourself. This is an embodiment. And you are responsible for the direction, vision, partnerships, expansion. I think about my work in the VA Leadership Academy. Like I am not managing all of the client onboarding and offboarding. I have team for that. I have support coaches in there. I still coach in there and I'm very active in there, but I'm thinking strategically around like my time is spent in the academy on how can I further develop the curriculum to support our students. Do we, like I added in the agentic AI lab earlier this year. I completely redid the curriculum this year. and thinking about how can I bring more agency clients in to create more opportunities for them? How can I give them the tech platform to help them build their virtual assistant business faster? So my mind in the academy is not on, it's like, what's the making sure they all get the welcome email sequence or like, oh, gotta follow up on this payment. My mind is like, how can I create better results? How can I serve them better? How can I help them meet the market where it's at and get ahead of the market? And it's such a fun place to be. Like, I feel like this level four is really when you feel like your business is a playground, when you are playing, and this is when you get paid the most as well, and you have the biggest impact. Okay. So, if nothing else, like we said at the beginning, most of you would probably say you want to earn more money in your business, that maybe you have an income problem. And it's actually not that. That is not your problem. The problem is that your revenue is tied to how hard you work, how much time you put in. And if you were to build a freedom engine instead that brings new revenue in daily, that has team and systems working for you so that you get to stay in level four, you would never have an income problem again. So I want you to spend some time here, whether this is, journaling now or some homework tonight. Maybe if you have kids, it's like kids and hubby go to bed and you have a quiet, dark house, you light a candle, turn a lamp on, wrap up in a cozy blanket, get a glass of tea, and journal on this and really think about it. Where are you operating today? Which level are you in? Is it level one, level two, level three, level four? And what is your next level? Where do you want to go? Build that identity, build the systems, the strategy. What is the next engine that you want to build? And I'll tell you this, like, I think this is so fun to think about the foundations of my business. Team in month one, ads in month two. I hired my next team member in May, so would that be month five? So community manager and kind of like daily admin and operations. Month six, I hired a team member, or sorry, a sales team member, because I found I was on 5 to 7 sales calls a day, and because I built my freedom engine, and I was like, this is not the best use to my time. So I brought on sales team. That next month, my revenue doubled. That's when we hit our first 30K month. And so I want you to think is like, what if right now, like your vision is tied to you working harder and doing more? How much easier and faster you would actually be growing if you built the freedom engine instead. And something else I want you to know too, I think women wait to scale. If there's nothing else that you can take from my story and how I help my clients, the results that they've gotten as well, it's that you don't have to wait to scale. Find what you're good at, go all in on it, get your proof of concept. Once, like a VA, once you've had 1 to 3 clients, you absolutely are ready to scale. So I would ask you, why are you not scaling? Is it because you are in level two and your identity is tied to being good at what you do and you feel like scaling will be a loss of control? But think about how much harder it is right now if you want to earn more, have a bigger impact. You're like, well, crap, I got to go from working, 40 hours a week to 60 hours a week. Like, what if there was an easier and faster way? There is. It's building a freedom engine. So, if you are ready to build your freedom engine, I would love to help you. Scale is my 6-month mastermind. We launch in July, and this is for women who are serious about reaching their next level through leverage, leadership, team, visibility, systems, and strategic growth. Scale actually includes a team member for you, a growth partner with monthly hours to build things for you, to build your freedom engine for you. This is, if you will, the easy button. You could do it the hard way, you could work harder, you could do more, you could manually do all of the things yourself. You could hire a team member and not know how to lead them, which is just as hard. Or if you're ready to build your freedom engine, scale is your next step. And if that is you, you're like, oh boy, okay, let's freaking go. What I'd love to do is offer you a completely free scale strategy session. And together, we will identify what level you're currently operating in, where your biggest bottleneck is, what is your next income level, and the highest leverage move to help you get there faster. And it will help you kind of figure out, related to the freedom engine, is what are the biggest opportunities for you that you can bring into your business now. And then based on that call, some of you will be a great fit for scale. And if that is the case, we will invite you in. We are not Scale is not open like a free for all to the public. We're being very intentional about who comes into this space because I want to make sure that I work with the right woman so that I can help you get the best results. So if Scale feels aligned, book this call. We're going to give you so much value. You're going to walk away with your mind blown like, holy moly, I see the big vision. I know which level I'm in. I know the biggest bottlenecks and I know how to get out of those. And if Scale is the right fit, we will invite you in. All right, happy scaling, my queens. I hope that this training served and supported you. I hope that it expanded your mindset, your vision, and also your belief in what is possible and how fast it can happen for you.